I watched 20 TV shows, maybe more, but I'm going to give you my top 10 out of those 20. Welcome back to Jacobite Games. I'm your host, Jacobite James. I've been working on this video for quite some time, and I know it's a little late, but I know 2025 is coming up really soon, and I'm going to need to do this kind of video for that. So this will also introduce a bunch of shows that I absolutely loved throughout the last couple years, and some that are done and I wish that I have talked about. But life moves on very fast, and so do TV shows. So it's very hard to keep up. Hence, I've got a list of TV shows I want to watch and do reviews about and talk about, but it's so overwhelming. How do we find the time in this universe to watch all these TV shows / movies? But I tend to gravitate towards TV shows more than movies because the longevity of these TV shows gets me hooked, lets me obsess, lets me absorb and ponder for more than I need to. But in this video, I watched over or somewhat 20 TV shows, and I had to rate them. I had to rank them all, but I slimmed it down to my top 10 of 2024. Let's get started. Now, this is based off of, I may or may not have rewatched any of these as of yet, or I've tried. So a lot of this ranking will just be off of pure memory, love, nostalgia, and just pure interest in what kind of product they provided me from what I can remember. Starting off, here's the list, and then I'll give you my top 10 and a few reasons why I chose them. Outer Range, The Boys, Agatha All Along, Daryl Dixon, Arcane, The Penguin, Outer Banks, Nobody Wants This, From, Rings of Power, The Madness, Fallout, The Last Airbender, the beginning of Part 2 of Outlander Season 7, The Ones Who Live, Percy Jackson, Skeleton Crew, The Bear, The Challenge Season 40, and The Challenge All-Stars Season 4. Now, I think that's it. There could be more that I was not able to track down or remember, but these are definitely the ones that I completely remember and want to continue talking about and look forward to future seasons. And we'll be just keeping track on some of these projects that are still in the works, and maybe ones that I'll never see again. Top 10. At number 10, I've got Outer Range. Now, Outer Range, I found completely on random, on Prime. It was probably promoting it, but it looked good. And let me tell you, it was really good. Now, it only lasted 2 seasons, which really is a huge factor why this is number 10. Now, there was a lot of good TV shows in 2024, and Outer Range was one of them. But because it got canceled, I had to at least put it on the list due to the story, due to the concept. Black holes in a sort of Western feel vibe of a town. Josh Brolin. There's a lot of other good actors in there. I won't name them all off, make this video a little shorter. But this show was phenomenal. It was so good. And I kind of like that Western sci-fi shit. It's really good. But it got canceled, which really, really sucks. I would have loved to at least seen them finish it through, just some conclusions of all of it, because they did leave us on some cliffhangers. Number 9, Skeleton Crew. Now, this is a Star Wars project that I had no clue what it was about. All I knew is that it was Star Wars, and it was sort of a space pirate treasure hunting show. Now, that alone had me interested. So I gave it a look. And let me tell you, this show was awesome. It was awesome, and I know it was a standalone show. We won't see anything more of this. It may not even connect to anything else in the Star Wars universe, which I'm okay with, but I also watched it, finished it, and wished I had more. This show gave me Goonies vibes, and I love the Goonies, so anything that gives me a Goonies 80s vibe, I'm so down. I'm so down. Jude Law as one of the main characters. This show was surprisingly phenomenal. Even with the characters' costumes, as much as it was, it was kind of corny, but that was the fucking point. That was the vibe they were going for. And I loved it because it didn't seem like a problem. It just felt right for what they were trying to do. So that one's at my number 9. Number 8. Rings of Power. Now, I know, there's a lot of Lord of the Rings fans that hate this show because of all the plot holes and missing pieces. And I know that the company Amazon has only tiny bit of material to use due to licensing. But for me, I just love Lord of the Rings regardless. So if it still gave me that Lord of the Rings vibe, I was still into it. And it did. Now, I've never read the books. I'm a terrible book reader. I know how to read, but my attention span absolutely sucks when it comes to reading. And I don't like that about myself. I really don't, because I wish I could pay attention long enough to read. And I've been trying. I've been working on it, but I don't know the differences unless I YouTubed it or looked it up. But this show was made beautifully, in my understanding. Beautifully. Just the scenery, the CGI, the acting was great. It was interesting enough with what they had to keep me hooked. That was the latest season that I watched, obviously. But I can't wait for the next season. The characters are interesting. And I know that some of them, there are some missing pieces from the characters, all this other stuff, different iteration. Is that the word? Iteration. Don't know. But iteration. No. Anyways, I think you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Different versions of the characters, different little differences from the book and the characters in the show. Anyways, I think they did a great job for what they had. Are there some choices that they could have made differently? Absolutely. Whereas there's some plot holes that were confusing? Absolutely. Timeline confusing? Absolutely. But other than that, it made my top 10 because 1, Lord of the Rings, and 2, it was just beautiful to watch how it was made. And if it wasn't for some of the characters, I think it would be hard to be hooked on. But I think some of them got me enough that I wanted to follow their journey. Anyways, next, number 7, Fallout. Fallout. I've played a few of the games, never finished any of them because they're just absolutely huge. But the concept, the vibe, the whole environment, post-apocalyptic shit, I love that. I love that vibe. This show, in my sense, it really gave that. It really gave that vibe. It captured the vibe to the soundtrack, to the costumes, the acting, the environment, the actors portraying some of these characters. It really took that vibe of Fallout and put it right in the show, and it got me playing again. I started playing Fallout again, and I love when you watch something that possibly relates to something else, as in my love for video games, and I jump into it. I absorb it. I obsess about it. Now, I still haven't finished any of the games, but it still made me want to jump off my seat after the show and absorb some more Fallout content. I think they did a really great job. I'm sure somebody more involved in Fallout would totally be able to tell you why this show was so good. But for me, the vibe alone just gave me exactly what they wanted to. And I think that was a success. Can't wait for season 2. There has been a trailer. I have not reacted to it yet. I want to because I know that season 2 is coming out soon and I'm excited. Number 6, The Bear. Now, The Bear, I'm a chef. Yes, I know all chefs say, oh, I'm a chef. But this show alone had me obsessed from the first episode. This show is so goddamn stressful at the same time, but Jeremy Allen White does a great job at making it look exactly how kitchens are. Not all of them, but there are some kitchens, and just the mannerisms, the thought processes, the obsessions, the little quirks that we do, the little thieves that we do, the just little things he's got down on pat. And I've worked in some franchise restaurants, some fine dining restaurants, currently in a fine dining restaurant, and there's so many similarities. And I know we've all had visions of getting a Michelin star, and his path to get there literally driving him insane. It's a great watch. It's a great watch. There's a reason why they keep getting awards, and the show is keep going. Now, there's a lot of cameos. There's a lot of great actors in this show, and I'm just so happy to see them all thriving in the industry because of this. Some of them have had success before this, but a lot of them are getting a lot of love because of this. You know, Maddie Matheson also in this. He's so funny. There was a cameo for John Cena and John Berthnell. Oh my God, I love him. He's so good. And in this, he's so good. Jamie Lee Curtis. The list goes on. There's so many good actors in that show. But if you love cooking shows and you'll want to see how the restaurant runs sometimes in, I'd say 70% of the time, this is it. Watch it. Trust me. Number 5, coming straight from the DC universe, The Penguin. Colin Farrell did an absolutely amazing job as Penguin. This show, every episode had something going that had me tensed up. He played the Penguin so well, and I know this is Penguin jumping out of Robert Pattinson's Batman. So, again, is this a universe that we're going to be keeping track of? I don't know. I'm still confused on what's going to be happening because we've got James Gunn's DC universe and we've got Robert Pattinson's Batman universe. So it's a little confusing. I think we're getting somewhere with DC. Let me tell you, I'm more excited for DC than I am for Marvel right now, unfortunately. I love Marvel. I do. I really do. But it was good. It was gritty. It was dark. It was exactly what I expect from the Batman universe. And that's why I've always loved Batman, is the grittiness, the darkness of it all. You know what I mean? And I believe that's all we're going to see of the Penguin show. But regardless, I still think we're going to see more of him, less of him as a main character. But I cannot wait to see if there's going to be more Colin Farrell as Penguin, because he deserves more. And as we move on through the DC or the Batman universe, we're going to see more villains. Also, I guess the James Gunn era too, because, we got Clayface coming. I'm sure he's got many. There's a huge slate full of TV shows and movies coming as we've seen that roadmap for what he's got planned and what he's working on and what's finished and what's on its way. Number 4. Outer Banks Season 4. Outer Banks is one of my favorite shows. It really is. It's one of my most binge-watchable shows, and I am still rewatching it here and there when I can. I'm really excited for Season 5. I can't wait until some sort of trailer drops, because I'm going to go mad about that shit. And that's coming early 2026, I believe. Season 5. But Season 4, it's on my list because I love the show. Regardless of the twists and turns that happened in Season 4, which, if you've seen it, you may agree that this may have been one of the biggest, dumbest decisions that I think they have ever made. Was it out of their hands? A little bit? Maybe. Is there reasoning towards why they did it? The internet says there is. Apparently there was some backlash in the backstage of it all between two characters, and one wanted to leave. So I guess this is exactly why it happened the way it did. Could it have happened differently? Maybe. But it is what it is. I think that's really the only downfall for me for Season 4. It still made my top 5, but I'm excited to see where they take this story as season 5 will be the last season, and I'd like to see what they do with this, what they do with what they did. Still made my top 5 because I love the show. We'll see if it remains there with season 5. Number 3, Nobody Wants This. Now, season 2 just came out. I haven't been able to watch it yet, but I'm going to. Either I'm going to watch along it and record it, post it, or I'm going to watch it and do a review. Whatever I find the time to do so. But season 1, this was the funniest show I had seen in an absolute long time. I binged watched the whole season 1 in one night, and I had never laughed this much for as long as I can remember. Adam Brody, Kristen Bell, their chemistry. I did a review on season 1, so go check it out. But their chemistry together is absolutely hilarious. And I can't wait to see them continue this in season 2, which I will watch. But this show was just so good. There were so many relatable reasons why this show was just so it hit so close to home, regardless of his differences as well. But the differences kept you interested to keep track of all the similarities. And obviously it's nice to see the differences too, because not everyone's going to be the same. Not every relationship is the same. But this show was so funny. The side cast as well. Just everybody surrounding the two main characters molded this whole show together as well. And that's so hard to do sometimes because every character was absolutely funny, had their own quirks, had their own humor, had their own personality, to the point where you kind of didn't really hate any of them. You just loved most of them, which made every episode just that much intriguing to watch. That one's my top 3. That one's my top 3, and I can't wait to see season 2. Number 2 on the list, From. I'm not a big horror guy. I'm not a big scary guy. I really don't do horror things or thriller things. They're not my first choice, okay? I'm a scared little bitch when it comes to this. But creators of Lost, at least one of the creators of Lost, and I was hooked. As soon as I saw Lost, I'm down because this is going to be an absolute mindfuck. I'm so down. From is so damn good. Now, this was a new show to me, so I binge watched all the seasons, and I cannot wait for the next season. I can't wait. The amount of twists and turns and there's just mind fuckery going on that it was almost like doing math, creating a map, finding little Easter eggs. This was an absolute adventure through every episode. And when I finished, it was like, I need to figure this out or I'm going to go insane. That's the vibe. That's what I got. That's the feelings I got, the vibe I got, and I cannot wait for more. Michael from Lost is the main character. I can't remember his real name, but he is the main character in this show, and he does a great job at leading this show. And there are so many other characters that make this show as well. Some that, you kind of got to get used to a little bit. But this show, regardless, I cannot wait for season, I believe, 5. So good. So good. Now the big one. My number 1 show of 2024 was Arcane. Arcane. It's a spin-off of the League of Legends video game. Now, I went into this, I don't watch a lot of anime. I don't watch a lot of animation TV shows. It just doesn't hook me like other shows do. Non-animated. Live action, I guess. So I was very hesitant. I did not watch season 1 when it came out. I watched season 1 and 2 back to back because when I got into this show and I started watching it, let me tell you, I don't care about League of Legends. I don't. I fucking care about Arcane. Holy crap. This show was amazing. It was phenomenal. From the animation style, holy crap. I was in awe the whole time. The characters, every character had its own super depth background and the reasons why they are the way they are. And it's sad and it's happy. And there were so many emotions dragged through this whole show. I just felt like I was on a high, an emotional high, the whole time I watched this. Either it was stress, happy, sad, excited, thrilled, worried, everything. This show had exactly what I did not expect I needed. And for that's the reason why it's my number one. It was a show that came out of nowhere for me, did not expect anything of it, and absolutely blew me away. That I had to buy the book on how it was made. I had to buy all the Funko Pops. Some of the characters became some of my favorite characters of all time. And that alone had me mesmerized of this show. Absolutely mesmerized. So with that said, that is my number one TV show of 2024. Who knew there'd be an animated TV show throughout all of these live action TV shows? And off a project that I knew nothing about. Perfect. It was a masterpiece. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, if you're part of my channel, you would know, why didn't I add Outlander season 7 in there? Well, because there was only a few episodes in the end of 2024. The rest were really in 2025. So I will put that in my list for the 2024 or 25 list to do my top 10 of 2025. So of this year. So with that said, that's the reason why Outlander's not on there, even though, it will be definitely on my list of 2025 plus Blood of My Blood. So that should be interesting to talk about. But I wanted to make this video because, one, I needed a video, and two, I've been sitting on this one for a really long time, and I really needed to get it done in order to get 2025's done. And that's coming up real soon. So let me know in the comments what you think about my top 10 TV shows of 2024. Did you see them? Did you like them? What are in your top 10 TV shows of 2024? If you can't remember, that's okay. Just give me your favorite show of 2024. That's it. What did you watch? What did you enjoy the most? Let me know what you think of my ranking. I completely understand that it will not be the same ranking as yours. Completely understandable. I hope you can understand that this was based off of my likes and interests. Majority of just because I like them. Not because they're the best, but because I really enjoyed them. Anyways, if you haven't already and you want to follow me for more content here at Jacobite James, hit that sub, hit that bell, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for taking the time. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Take it easy.